What's up, everybody? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden, and in this episode, I actually have good news for you. That doesn't happen very often, I feel like, and recently I've been complaining about how it feels like we're living in hell a little bit right now, but the John Deere union that was on strike that we talked about before, they had like 10,000 workers striking from 14 different locations. That strike is now over. They won their new contract, and the details have come out, so I wanted to give you guys what they won. And then we're going to have a discussion on why this is such a monumental victory and how it can be replicated. So I'm going to read to you here from Truthout real quickly. Union workers for equipment manufacturer John Deere voted to approve a new contract on Wednesday, ending a strike sustained by 10,000 workers at 14 locations for nearly 5 weeks. The new agreement lasts 6 years and includes a 10% wage increase, 5% individual raises in 2023 and 2025, and the preservation of a previous pension program that the company originally planned on cutting for the people hired after a certain date. The contract also includes an $8,500 signing bonus, and that's per worker. So that's pretty badass. The vote was 61% approve this contract, 39% against. So that's the other thing I'd like to talk to you about, guys. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. Those people are going to be, taken care of at least for the next 6 years. But I want them to keep their eye on the prize and not become docile. I don't want them to become okay with the new norm and then stop fighting, because those numbers, 39-61, that can easily be 50-50 again, and if you guys want to go on strike again in a couple of years, you can do it and improve on it, because this wasn't even enough for nearly 40% of the people that voted on it. So you nearly got the numbers to get more. So if you guys are just willing to do this again, don't let them lull you to sleep at work. If the workers keep talking about this and every single year talk to each other and plan on what you guys want to fight for and get more strong as a union, you can go on strike again and get way more. Because even though this is a huge victory, this is still just crumbs. This is still just kind of like what the company should be doing, is giving their workers the basic needs to just keep them on as laborers, in my opinion. So they could have gotten more, but this still is a victory. I don't want to, I don't want to poo-poo it too much or anything like that. It's absolutely a victory, and these people are really going to feel these effects. Now, as for that last part, I wanted to clarify, they're actually fighting for people that haven't even been hired, or that have only recently been hired, because what they were trying to do is they created a two-tier system where if you were hired recently, or in the future if you get hired, you don't qualify for a pension. So they made sure, as the workers, sticking together with the people that are new hires, but also sticking up for the people that will inevitably be hired by the John Deere factories in the future, to make sure they also get pensions. So they're showing solidarity with everybody. People they don't know. These people are fighting for people they don't know. Something Bernie Sanders said he was going to do and never does. So you guys are the heroes of the day, John Deere laborers. Kudos. You're going to love it. I'm so proud of you guys. But guys, we need to do this more. If we could get it done on a factory-by-factory basis, that would be monumental. But even better, if we can figure out a way to do it as all laborers and workers and the proletariat uniting, that's what the establishment really fears. You want to see some real concessions and some real laws changed? Do you all want health care? Do you guys want a $30 minimum wage? Do you guys want free public college for your kids? Do you want universal pre-K? I mean, that might be in the new bill. We'll just have to see what Joe Manchin decides to strip out of it. Do you want all the whistleblowers pardoned? Do you want to have weed be legal and all the nonviolent drug offenders let out of prison? Take your pick. We can have whatever we want. We just have to band together, and this is just in a microcosm, an example of how this works. So these people, they earned it. They spent over a month out of work fighting for this, but now they go back to work with these enormous pay raises and pensions. So it's like, guys, we're kind of dipping our toe in and like slowly wading into the general strike pool right now, which is fine. I think that's probably naturally how the general strike comes along. 4.4 million people quit their jobs in September, breaking the old record set in the previous month, which was 4.3 million, which I reported on this show. So more people are quitting. Those people should stay home. If you can stay home, if you can possibly manage it, do not go back to work. And if you're going to go back to work, please do not go back to work at big corporations. Don't go back to work at Walmart or Amazon or McDonald's or Subway, or, you know, don't go work at fucking Starbucks. They don't care about you. Don't make Howard Schultz any more money. If we can hold out long enough and enough of us quit and the labor force just isn't there, then they have to up the minimum wage federally. Or a lot of these places are going to be forced to close, which they're seeing right now already. But we need more. We need more numbers. So I think that a general strike as an event, a day event on October 15th is not going to happen. But if we can keep spreading the word, help more and more people understand that they can quit and they're not going to die, they're not going to be evicted, we can use mutual aid to help each other. And then you also go after individual corporations and individual factories and individual establishments of these hyper mega corporations, and make sure that those people understand that they can strike for a month and get huge pay raises and pensions and raises that keep going on. Every other year they get a 5% raise now. So you guys can have whatever you want. We can have whatever we want. We just have to be willing to not go back to work for a while. So I beg of you, if you can manage it, especially if you recently quit your job, hold out as long as you can. The longer that we all hold out together, the more likely the government will actually have to raise the minimum wage. And that's the only way we're going to get it. They're never going to give it to us. They'd rather us, I think an Amazon worker recently just died in the factory. Don't quote me on that, but I saw a headline, or they fainted, or something horrible. They don't give a fuck about you. These corporations see you as nothing more than non-living peon automatons that pull all the levers and make sure that everything keeps running. If you don't show up to work, they have to give you what you want, but they're never going to give you what you want unless you force them to. So let's do this. Great job to the John Deere workers. I'm proud of all of you guys. I have a couple more episodes written. I'm going to do the book club tonight, I believe, and then another episode or two over the next couple of days. But I do have family in town, so I apologize if there's not quite as much content as usual. I love you guys. Keep fighting that fight out there.